On the Fairy BOSSmother Show, who has a body? I hope everyone has a body. I help small business owners go from hidden to high impact. As of today, after the Fairy BOSSmother Show, you are now called
Milvette.
Today, I'm meeting massage therapist Milvette Betancourt.
I am getting so many clients that I just don't have enough time to properly take care of all of them.
Who owns a business called A Little Time for You.
I think I continue to feel stressed. I'm feeling stressed and stuck in my day-to-day that I've been doing for about 10 years.
But she's struggling to get out of the hamster wheel of just servicing her clients instead of bringing in clients without her being present.
The massage world is not a very diverse world, and it has grown so much in diversity since I've come on board.
I've seen it before. There are gaps in their branding, and they just need someone to show them where that problem is. You are creating a culture for yourself where you are taking an extra step. It's an easy step. You already have this in your business, but you're just restructuring it slightly differently. That's where I come in. Win, win, win. Talyn, your fairy boss mother. By the end of today's episode, you'll see how powerful a personal brand can be when you do it the right way.
That's what I need to do. That's definitely the direction that I need to go in.
Let's get started and meet Milvette Betancourt. This episode of the Fairy BOSSmother Show was brought to you by Becca Jean Thompson, a realtor of Coldwell Bank Realty, also known as the real estate queen of Western Massachusetts and Connecticut. If you're trying to sell a house, you don't want a house anymore, you want to upgrade, you want to downgrade, your dead uncle has just given you a fortune and you don't know what to do with it, you want to buy your son or your daughter, your horse, a house, Becca Jean has you covered. She knows Springfield, Southwick, Chicopee, Windsor Locks, Agawam, all of it. And as a business owner, you know that wealth does not just come from your business, right? It comes from real estate properties, just like the ones that Becky Jean is dealing with. So if you want to build up your wealth in your business, hit up Becky Jean Thompson of Coldwell Banker. She's got you covered. Now, before we meet Milvette, I asked her a few basic questions about her business so that I can get an inside peek into what she's been working on and where the potential gaps could be even before I meet her. Let's take a look. All right. So I asked her, what's your business all about and who do you serve? Milvette's answer is, I own a spa offering mainly massage and other spa services. I am a deep tissue specialist, massage and cannabis wellness educator, among things like Notary Republic and life insurance. Okay, I'm already confused. It sounds like the reason why she's stuck in a hamster wheel is because she is not able to make the full potential profit in her business. So as a result, she's divvying up her time in other businesses. I think we can help fix that for her. She also says, I serve busy people who need solutions to daily aches and pains, or people who have injury, surgery, etc., as well as people who are in the industry and want to learn about certain modalities or ways to start a small business. I can already see Milvette is stretched way too thin. She has too many pies and she doesn't have enough fingers. And as a result, she's not able to fully grow her business. And now she needs to decide, do you want to stick with just massage? Do you want to expand your spa service? Do you want to fully dive into being a Notary Republic? Do you want to move into insurance? Girl, you got to pick. And then you've got to go really deep. And this is how you build your personal brand. When I asked her, what are your main goals for your business right now? She said, create consistency in my business. Okay, I'm laughing because clearly there is no consistency in what she's doing right now from what she shared with me. She said, by showing up more on social and showing people how I can help them. I am also creating an accountability group and an educational program for body workers and cannabis enthusiasts. Yeah, way too many fingers in way too many pies. So she's talking about spa, then massage, and other spa, then being a deep tissue specialist, which is very different from what someone in a spa offers. And then she talks about being a massage and cannabis wellness educator. So that's not doing the work, it's teaching others how to do the work. And then in terms of her target audience, it's just, there is no target audience. She's just saying she serves busy people who have aches and pains. That could literally be anyone walking on the street. But then she says, I help people with injuries and who had surgeries. And it's like, that's way too wide. You've got to like narrow that down a lot. So you can't be consistent in something when you don't even know where to start and what your focus should be. So focus is the priority with Milvette for sure. When I asked her, what's the biggest challenge you're currently facing in reaching those goals? Milvette said, prioritizing. Okay. Creating a routine and sticking to it. Yes. Yes. And generating a profit to sustain regular business and new ventures. Words spoken right out of my mouth. Then I asked her, have you done any work building your personal brand? And she said, very little. I try to stick with the same colors and style. Okay. And to consistently show up on Instagram stories, giving information about the fields I work in, fields, plural, talking about and promoting local businesses, events, funny and positive anecdotes. Yeah, Milvette, you need focus. Okay, let's go meet Milvette Betancourt. Millie, welcome to the Fairy BOSSmother Show. I'm so excited to have you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Now, you are a massage therapist, and I'm so excited to dive a little bit deeper into your business. Now, before we get started, I would like to do a quick pulse check. Do you want the full Fairy BOSSmother, no filter, straight talking, give you everything that I have in my head, or do you want the kitty gloves and a little feather duster and go slightly easy on you today?
I will take it all. You go big or go home.
Okay, go big or go home. That's what Millie wants. So let's go big, Millie. I want you to think big when it comes to your big dreams, things that you want to accomplish in your business for yourself. Let's think big today. So before we do that, tell us about yourself. Give us a quick rundown on who you are and what you do.
Sure. My name is Millie. I go by Millie the Massage Therapist. I have been massaging for 10 years and in business for almost 9. I focus on deep tissue massage. So I do a lot of work with people who exercise hard. I do a lot of cupping, a lot of deep tissue techniques. And I am moving on to the realm of an educator and very excited to be an educator for my fellow professionals and for new massage therapists coming into the field.
All right, educator. So from being practical to being a little bit mindful about teaching your skills to other people, what brought on the transition?
Well, I feel like not only do I have a lot to offer, but I am also in a place where I am getting so many clients that I just don't have enough time to properly take care of all of them. And when I'm receiving these new clients or my regular clients, they're telling me, nobody does massage like you. No one focuses on these areas. Nobody has this type of approach. And that's what I'm trying to get for other massage therapists, to be able to give the proper treatment to their clients and help them on a long time basis.
And I've got to say, you've given me a massage in the past, and Millie is phenomenal. I mean, I'm one of those go hard or go home too. You have to go deep. If not, what's the point of even doing this, right? So what made you decide this is the business that I'm going to get started?
Well, I became a massage therapist. That's a whole nother story. But when it comes to doing this type of work, I don't feel like it's a no pain, no gain situation. So I don't want to misrepresent that. But I do believe that there is so much room for deep tissue, and it really helps have that correct approach to really help the person long term, because we don't want, I know we want to make all the money and we want the clients to keep coming back, but we don't want clients that have to rely on us. We want people to get better. We want them to feel better. So that's definitely the focus.
Yeah, but what made you decide this is the business that you wanted to get started? I want to go a little bit back. Before you started this business and before you decided massage is going to be my calling in life, what brought that on? Where did that come from?
Okay, I'll try to make it quick. So, since I was a little girl, I wanted to be an attorney. I wanted to be a divorce attorney. So I did all the things that specific
divorce attorney.
Very specific. So I did all the things that I thought I needed to get to there. However, when I graduated with my bachelor's in legal studies, I had a 3-year-old son. So I just didn't want to go to law school at that time because I felt like I didn't want to work that hard. So I instead completed my master's in business administration from Bay Path University, and I couldn't get a job. I could not get a job. Nobody wanted to hire me. Nobody wanted to pay me what I felt like I was worth. So the universe brought it to me. I started seeing signs about massage school. I never thought I'd be a massage therapist, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go to massage school, and I don't care if I like it. I don't care if I'm good at it. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make this a big business. And I ended up loving it. I ended up being pretty good at it. And it's been 10 years. So it definitely worked out. But that's literally what I got into. I opened the business about a year out of massage school. Dove right in.
Wow. Okay. So you were seeing signs, massage, and Millie was like, massage, Millie. It starts with M. Let me give it a try. And 10 years later, you're still here. You're still killing it in your business. Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, the best opportunities.
I told you it was a crazy one.
Oh, the crazier the better, because that's real life. Crazy is real life, right? But I'm just thinking, so from wanting to be a divorce lawyer to having a child to deciding, you know what, I want to spend more time with my child, less time in the court, seeing signs of massage absolutely everywhere, deciding I don't care if I'm bad at this or if I don't like this, I'm going to do it. That's bold, Millie. You're a bold chick.
Yeah, my partner at the time thought I was crazy. He was like, the ink is not even dry on your diploma yet. You want to do this, but he did support me. We're great friends now. My son's father, and we're not together anymore. But it took a lot of support from other people. My support from my mother, who owns a small business as well. She's a talk therapist or psychotherapist, depending on how the terminology works. But it's still crazy to this day.
Okay, and you've been in business for 10 years now. What have you done in your business to get to where you are right now?
I've done a lot of networking. So prior to college, I was very, very shy. Like, I still kind of get nervous. I still turn red sometimes when I'm speaking, but I would avoid speaking at all costs. And that just really opened up my world for me, being able to network, being able to talk to people, and kind of being that charismatic kind of person. I think that's the main thing that has brought me to where I am, connecting with people. So I connected with Keisha, so I was there in the room when you were there. So it's all about connection and moving away. I think we have really been moving away from that competitive type of place and moving towards the collaboration. And that really does it for me. It gives me clients, it gives me opportunities, and it's the best thing I can offer, honestly.
And then when you say it gets you opportunities to get you clients, what is the best opportunity for you? So if, say, something landed on your desk today, what would that dream opportunity be for you?
Well, today, I mean, I don't know if I have these huge opportunities. I guess I'll step back. Goals or whatever, but I would love to be able to teach on a larger basis. I'd love to be able to focus more on cannabis and self-care. Those are big places that I'm trying to get into. However, and when it comes to education and working as services, but the opportunities that have fallen onto my desk just specifically through networking, I got a free booth at the Massachusetts Conference for Women a couple months ago from Mean. She's amazing. She's a stylist. And that was a couple thousand people event. Oprah Winfrey and Gail were the keynote speakers. It was a really big thing. So that's been the biggest in the most recent past, but I've gotten jobs at community colleges in the area, the state colleges in the area, different employers, working with their employees and further branching out those referrals, because you meet that one person and you get 3 more clients from that business.
And you mentioned that you wanted to move from physical massage to educating. So when these opportunities are coming to you, are you physically working on them, like on a one-by-one basis? Or is this your opportunity to teach what you know as an expert?
So I want to be in a position, I feel like I never, ever want to not massage. I never want to not be hands-on. I just want to be able to do it when I want to do it, kind of thing. And I want to move on to that, teaching more so that my skills can be handled through other people, using other people for that, whether they be employees or co-workers, which I prefer, colleagues of the sort. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to move to, being able to massage when I want to because I love it, but be able to offer these services to other massage therapists, especially people of color. Like the massage world is not a very diverse world, and it has grown so much in diversity since I've come on board. And I just feel like there's still so much room for representation, and that's what I'd really love to do.
And for me, I feel like you would be a perfect ambassador for that type of work, to be able to be on stage, to show off your skills, to be able to help more people, not on a one-to-one basis, but on a one-to-group basis. It all starts with you. And let me say one other thing about your business name. How did you come up with your business name?
I came up with it with the in massage school. We were thinking about, there was our project, honestly, to create a business in our business ethics class, and I wanted to do something around the hourglass. So the main focus in my logo, it's right here, you can see it, is the hourglass right in the middle of the heart. And I really wanted to focus on that time, because we take time for granted, and we don't take enough time for ourselves. And I feel like that's my focus here. When the person comes in, my clients will tell you that it's not just a massage. We're just not focusing on the actual muscle tissue. We're having conversations. We're doing therapy for each other. And it just becomes that time for that person for whatever they may need it to be.
All right. So your business name is A Little Time for You.
A little time for you.
A little time for you, which is great, because that's all it is a little time for you. Super, super important. Self-care is becoming something that more and more people are adding to their list of priorities now, and not something that goes on the back burner, specifically when you're talking about people who people generally have very busy lives, right? And massage, adding that into just your routine, can take you to new places, de-stress you, get you connected to people that you love, be a better business owner, all of that. So there's just, the nuances are multi-level.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's big for our other service providers. So I'm working with anybody who, from homemaker to, CEOs, but especially those of us who are using our bodies. Like, this is required maintenance for nail techs, for tattoo artists, for the person sitting at their desk working IT all day. Like, it's needed. So I'm so happy that people are gravitating towards massage and self-care more, because, like, going back to gratitude, like, I'm so grateful for my clients' time. I'm so grateful for them choosing me, because it's a time commitment. Not only is a financial commitment, but it's a time commitment. So any way that we can do self-care, I'm going to be biased to massage. However, any way that we can fit self-care into our lives, I'm all for it.
So I'm going to do a little question for all of the invisible audience out there. Who has a body, right? Who has a body? I hope everyone has a body.
Yeah.
Who has a body? Millie can help you. But it does sound like, Millie, that you have a very diverse audience, and you don't really have a very refined audience. You mentioned massage therapists, but then you went and said, the homemakers and the business owners, and I go to conferences and I talk to people of color, and that's like a really big dartboard to hit. So I'll be very curious to see how you show up and present yourself online. So having said that, have you Googled yourself?
I actually Googled myself yesterday because I was doing something that I needed some information for. So yes, I have.
All right, so that's interesting. So I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive to see who is Millie, what shows up. So let's do a quick exercise together. Before I do that, okay, because you've already Googled yourself, it's kind of like a trick question, because you might know the answer to this already, but I've never Googled you before. What do you hope I see when I Google your name?
I hope you see the business. I hope you see A Little Time for You. I hope you see our amazing reviews that we have on Google and Vagaro and every other site that we've ever gotten reviews on. I wish you would see our community presence, but you probably won't see a lot of that.
And why is the review so important to you?
Reviews are so important to me because I do feel like it really puts you out there in terms of what people are saying about you, to be frank. Unfortunately, most reviews are either if it's really good or really bad, so you don't get a lot of those middle ground reviews. But I have close to 45 reviews, I believe, on Google, and over time, and the number really speaks volumes for the business. And I get a lot of clients that say, I came to you because of your reviews. So that's why they end up being important to me. But I also try to understand that not everybody's always going to have, the best opinion of everyone. So I don't want to put too much emphasis and power into that either.
Okay. And then on what would you say on average? How many clients on average do you help and work with monthly?
Per month, probably anywhere between 75 and 100 appointments per month.
You should definitely get more than just 45 reviews on Google. If only 10%, right? Let's do some like girly math because my brain does not work with numbers. You have around about 75 to 100 bookings yourself, which is incredible. So you should be at least getting at least 10 Google reviews per month minimum, right? And these are good reviews. Forget about the bad ones. And also, if there's a bad one, that's something that you should nip it in the bud straight away, because we don't want anyone talking badly about Minnie because she's so awesome. But we definitely need more people talking about you, especially if you want to decrease the number of clients you have on a one-to-one basis, and you want to move to the educator role, because the educator role means more freedom, more money if you structure it well, and you definitely need more online presence if you want to move into that space. Because as a massage therapist, I mean, you tell me, how much competition is there for a massage therapist to do well right now?
There's lots of massage therapists. Honestly, the problem in this specific area in Connecticut is getting employees, getting people to work for you or with you is probably the biggest thing. So even though there is so much competition and so many massage therapists, it's still more demand than there is supply. So it's competitive between the massage therapists, I guess, but we are still in such high demand that doesn't really, competition in massage world is not as it is in all the other worlds, I think, or the other industries. We're just not taught that type of competitive thing. We're taught more to work with each other, and it's such a individual type of thing, very specific to massage. I haven't seen it in aesthetic for sure. I haven't seen it in most of the other service industries. It's just they're so much more competitive, and we're kind of like, the clients are gonna find us, and if they don't like me, they're gonna go to someone they like, and the people that don't like them are gonna come here. But moving into the educator role, that is very competitive. That is highly, highly competitive, and it's a whole different thing that does require the online presence for sure.
So even if you feel like you're not in competition with the other massage therapists, because hey, if they lose a client, you gain a client. But now the issue becomes, it's a competition versus you. Like how much time can you squeeze in a day? Say if you're booked in, if your book solid full time, right? Are we thinking about maybe 5 to 10 clients on average? I mean, that's a lot. 1 hour per client, right?
A day, I'm usually doing up to 5. 6 would be maybe on a Saturday, a more busy day.
Right? Yeah. So that's a lot of time that you're dedicating to one person for a fixed amount of money, right? Yeah. Meaning scaling your business becomes very, very difficult. You have a big goal of moving into the role of educator where you're teaching other people how to do massage, but you can't do that if you're spending all of your time physically working on your clients. So your dream really is on hold up until you have little or less clients, but that also means your money decreases because you can't work on a client. So it's kind of like a chicken and egg. It's like, do I stop working on my clients to work on this new big thing? Or do I just work on this big thing, take a loss, and then think about building your brand and moving on to a bigger space, right? Because there's only 24 hours is all of us. So how do you squeeze in more of your energy into the right areas? And I do have a shortcut for you, so I'll get to that in a minute. But that's the thing, right? It's you want to spend less time on your clients. You still want to do massage, of course, because we want to present you as, if you want a massage therapist who does deep tissue, specifically deep tissue, because there's a lot of massage therapists that don't do deep tissue because it's hard work on the hands, right?
On the body, yeah, for sure.
Right? It's hard work. I know. I only get deep tissue, and I'm just every day I'm thinking, how are they helping 10 clients right now? Because I'm doing deep tissue on my hand for like 2 minutes. I'm like, damn, I'm tired. This is hard work. And you're helping people for an hour full on. So big respect, Millie.
So I think you're definitely right. The opportunity cost is there. Like, I have to, and I think that's been a thing that I've been working on these last couple months moving into the new year, is having that that I'm very intentional and focused on what I give my time to. I am, like I said, I'm huge on networking and I'm huge on supporting other small businesses, especially in the area. And so I've had to take a step back from going to every event, supporting everything that happens. And that's been very helpful for me because it's given me that time back. Because if I take 4 or 5 clients in a day, then I'm working probably about 7 or 8 hours with those clients, which is regular time. But then you add on life, like you said, and I still have the same 24 hours as everybody else. But it's been being super intentional about how I spend that time. So really telling myself, I have to sit here for an hour and kind of challenging myself, like, why can't I sit here for an hour and do this work? Why can't I sit here for 20 minutes and read this book? Like, I can do this stuff. So it's really self-motivating, really just understanding that I need to switch that mode from being everywhere to being focused and intentional.
Okay, let's put some meat behind the reason why you want to move into this modality. Why is it important for you to move away from hands-on to educator mode? Let's dig really deep. If this didn't happen, how would you feel?
I'll answer your first question first. Why is it important? Because really deep down, I need to make more money. I need to make more money. My son is going to college in a year and a half, and I need to be there financially, not only for him, but for myself. So I'm really getting to a place where I am thinking about retirement. I'm thinking about traveling more. I'm thinking about all these different things that I need the money for. So that's digging in deep. That's where it really lies in. And how I'd feel if I didn't get it. I mean, I think I'd continue to feel stressed. I'm feeling stressed and stuck in my day-to-day that I've been doing for about 10 years, 9 or 10 years. And so I don't want to feel like that. Massage has literally been my favorite job that I've ever had. And I want to continue to feel happy and content, really satisfied doing my job. So that's where I'm moving to. And that's the bigger picture piece, just a piece of it, the contentness.
Yeah, and honestly, it kind of, so putting on the Fairy BOSSmother hat, really, like, it might come across a little harsh, but it does sound like you're a slave to your own business, because you're putting your time, your energy, your physical self into your business. The minute you're removed, everything stops, right?
Yeah.
Everything stops. Yep. Which means you have a lack of structure in your business where, number one, you don't have much or any passive income linked to your business, right? Number two, without Millie, nothing works, because then you're saying, well, maybe you can get an employee to help service all of the amazing clients that you're having coming to your door. But of course, that also means money, right? You're putting money into somebody else and not yourself. So you're not investing in yourself anymore, in your business. You're just keeping the status quo in your business just to keep it running, right? Number two. And number three, which we're going to dive into right now, is the presence. So it sounds like, great, you're doing a lot of networking, you're meeting a lot of amazing people who are giving those opportunities to get more clients. But again, you're just putting them back into that hamster wheel of, well, I'll squeeze you in when I can squeeze you in because I'm one person and my time is my time. And then what is end up happening is you're going to get tired. You're going to get tired of your business eventually because you're in your own rat race now, right? You're not spending enough time building yourself up. Because Millie, if you were to focus and build up your personal brand, what happens is your market value goes up. You become more recognizable. People want to work with you more. Forget about the other massage therapists. We're not talking about one-to-one massage anymore. We're talking about putting you on a platform where all of these couples who are in trouble, maybe there's couples who have intimacy issue, or they just really want a really good date night where they can be physical with their partner without being physical with their partner. They need confidence, right? A little time for you, a little time for me, right? They need a little bit of guidance. You physically do not have to be there to help them out. You can be in your office, at home, cozy, still making money, but you're charging something like $500 for a session minimum, because this is the kind of service that people are looking for. You're providing it. And because you have all of these glowing testimonials, People are talking about you, Millie. People are raving on about you. That could be the focus for your business. So you're still doing massage. You're not charging a small amount anymore. You are charging a lot because your value has gone up. And people are seeking you out because you're probably going to be the only person helping this type of audience because you are actively sharing that information and talking about it and being that resource when you're networking, when you're online present, your website, your messaging, all of that is gravitating towards your passive income. Now, when I'm saying all of this, does that sound like a pipe dream, or is that like, yeah, that's what I want?
No, that's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. That's definitely the direction that I need to go in.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you've got all of that potential to do that, but you just don't have a little bit of time for yourself to do that.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Got it.
I just turned it around. We need to give Millie a little bit of time for her to work bigger on her business. So, Millie, I am dying to see what the internet says about you, what other people say about you. So let's dive in. Share my screen. I know you go by Millie, but you also have Milvette Betancourt. Let me know if I'm saying it right. Oh my God, girl, can you see what I'm seeing?
Wow.
Girl, you're dead.
Apparently, in Springfield, that's not too far.
Oh, all right, hitting enter. Okay, let's see. Okay, so good news is you are coming up first. Milvette Betancourt, massage therapist in Wethersfield, Connecticut, who is a licensed massage therapist with the business called A Little Time for You Therapeutic Massage. So that's good. We're not seeing no disrespect to the dead person. It looks like you've gone on other podcasts, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm going to go to images. So
I've been on
right, that's you. Okay, who else is you?
I think we got one on the second row, a couple on the second row, not just me, but like pictures of my old offices and stuff. But a lot of people that are not me, but are on Vagaro too, kind of connected probably. It probably came up because it's massage and Vagaro.
And that's
it.
That's
the booking software.
But here's the thing. There's 1, 2, 3 lines of images. That's it. Usually when you all right, if we were to go to someone famous, let's do a comparison. I'm just going to go to Jessica Alba because I love her. All right, so we go to someone who has a lot of visibility. I'm able to scroll down. There's an endless supply of images for her. Now, with you, Millie, under your full name, Milvette Betancourt, I can't even scroll. There's this is it. This is 100% of what I can find. Now, what that means, Millie, is you have a lot of opportunity because one, your name is not in competition with anyone, right? So there isn't actually, you know what? Let me go back because
Hi, Millie.
I need to find Millie. I need to find that dead person.
Betancourt. I will do Millie Betancourt and see what comes up.
Ingrid Betancourt, former member of the Senate.
No, I would do Millie Betancourt and see what comes up with my nickname Millie.
Millie.
Yeah.
Okay.
LLY. Yep, perfect.
Millie. Okay. Yeah, again.
So less images, but
definitely less images. So that's it. Again, it's just 3 lines. So whether you use Millie or Milvette.
Yeah.
This is going to sound really, really simple, but it's a really important one. You know, your name is Milvette Betancourt. A lot of people call you Millie. Girl, you've got to choose now. Do you want to be called Millie or do you want to be called Milvette?
I go by Millie the massage therapist. So I would favor that one. I'm not opposed to Milvette though. So, you know, I've never been one to dislike my name. I've always been like, whatever works, I'm here for it. So if it's something that would be better moving in the direction that I'm moving into, I'd be completely open to going by whatever works, honestly.
Okay, whatever works is whatever you say it works. So you have to decide today, what is your identity? Because this is your number one power, is your name. This is going to be the thing that people search for. This is going to be the thing that people see online. And this is the thing that you have full control over. Don't give other people the power to go, you know what, you choose. Because the minute you do that, Millie, that's it. 100%. You've given the keys to your kingdom away to the other person, even before they've got to know you. So let's control your image right now. As of today, after the Fairy BOSSmother Show, you are now called
Milvette.
Milvette. Right. I am not calling you Millie anymore. This is Milvette, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Big one. And 2 seconds ago, you were like, nah, let's go with Millie. And now you're like, Milvette, that's my name.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. So, girl, everywhere, drop Millie. Let's call you with your name, Milvette. This is going to be your name going forward everywhere, online, offline, everywhere, right? And the reason why this is so important is it's your name. You have power, you have control, right? And then this is how you can start building on top of your personal brand. Because if people don't even know what to call you, how are people going to find you? Right. Milvette Betancourt, ladies and gents. Okay, that's the first thing. I know it sounds so simple, right? But when you decided on your name right now, how did that make you feel?
Stressed. I'm like, I don't know what to choose. I don't know which way to go. But yeah, figured it out. I guess it's like that. Do it now.
Yeah. And this is your name. This is not even your business and how much money you're making. Or this is your name, right? Something that was given to you. But even if it was a name given to you, you still have control over like what you want to be called. Even if you decided, I don't want any of those names, today I'm going to be this person. That's how you start to gain more confidence and move forward with power in your business and show up in the right way. It all starts with your name. Okay, so now that we know what to call you, let's look at your business. Right, I'm going to go back. Right, so a little time for you. I'm just going to type in as it is. No massage therapist, nothing. What comes up? Okay. A little time for you. Spa. Okay, so you've added spa into your business name. But when you talk about your business, I've not once heard you say spa.
Yes, I do have a little spa in the, official LLC.
Okay.
It's a part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Just to provide the people a better idea of what we're offering. Originally, I went by therapeutic massage, but I added on or changed it over to spa with introducing more aesthetic work, holistic type of things like that.
But you're not doing that anymore, right?
I do offer those services. I don't focus on them.
So you do the services, but you don't focus on them.
I don't focus on them in a promoting type of thing because I felt like I was spreading myself too thin. So I have some clients that still receive those services from time to time. Actually on a regular basis. It's just that I focus more on the massage side of it. I guess for, like I said, avoiding being in that too many pots kind of thing.
Yeah. And here's another decision you have to make now. What do you want to be known for, Milvette? What do you want to be known for?
For massage.
Right.
For yeah, absolutely.
So it's fine if you offer lots of different services to your clients, but when it comes to, again, your messaging and the way you are putting yourself forward, if you want to be known for just massage, but of course you offer other things to your clients because you want to keep them in your, under your business, you have to just stick with just massage. So, I mean, one of my recommendations would be maybe drop the spa because again, we want to move you away from just doing massage to now being, I guess, an educator, right? Content creator, educator. Do you think that really demonstrates what you want to do?
No, like, do I feel like it really demonstrates? No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So
it never really has. Like, even from when I was in massage school, I'm like, I don't want to do the fluffy stuff. I don't want to be known as the fluffy stuff. That's what we call it in our industry. So.
Oh, girl, you could have dropped that too. I think we have some divorcing to do with some of these names. So a little time. It sounds like a rebrand is needed for you. I keep calling you Millie now. I'm going to be like, nope, her name is Milvette. I think there's some refinement we need to do in also what your business is called going forward. Because if you want to be known for something, do it with 100% confidence. 100%. Forget about the fluff. You don't do spa. You want to be able to move around with what you're offering. And spa feels a bit like you come to me. If you don't come to me, I can't help you. So it sounds like very brick and mortar, which is absolutely not what you do because I didn't meet you in your like spa. And that sounds like you need to refine your name in a way that really reflects who you want to become, not who you are right now. And it didn't even fit you back when you started your business.
No, I think that's great feedback for sure. I agree.
Okay. Oh, I want to look at your images. Little time for you, spa. Wow, there's a lot of time. Okay, a little time for you. So obviously this is a quote, and a little time for you. It's a very hard business name to remember because it just sounds like a sentence, right? So do you find that when you are talking to people remember what your business name is?
I've never thought about that, but I haven't found any issue with it. I haven't found any problems with people remembering the name. I do find people will say a little time for me. Like they'll switch the you to a me. I noticed that often. But forgetting the name, I haven't really noticed if people have a trouble remembering it.
I'm curious, what happens if I put down a little time for massage? You still show up, surprisingly. A little time for massage shows up as a little time for you. So there's a little bit of an opportunity there to potentially rebrand that. And can you see how there's little keywords at the top on Google?
Yeah, so I do craniosacral therapy, I do energy healing, therapeutic massage.
So even with little time for massage, you still show up with all of the service that you provide. Okay, and let's go to all, and you still show up. So Millie, that's an opportunity for you to potentially think about how you might rebrand, because it means you're still searchable, people can still find you, and your old business still comes up. And now you're being really intentional about your journey going forward. So especially if people are getting your name mixed up as a little time for you with a little time for me, a little switch like a little time for massage, you're owning that space. People can still find you using your old business name, and no one else is using it, which means this is 100% up for grabs, girl.
Yeah.
And we're going to do something about that Google review. I think you need to have at least 10 per month minimum.
It's about asking, for sure, asking for that. I sent out a newsletter yesterday because not only am I transitioning websites, but I'm transitioning booking software. So it's just some things that I've been doing. And I put like, oh, leave me a 5-star review. And I put the little link, and I got a couple new ones. And I was like, oh, out of 600 people, 2 people clicked that link. But I think it's the personal asking and getting some of my not so technically inclined people to get on there, and like, it's so easy, all you gotta do is press the button kind of thing. So educating them in that way, I think that's a little bit of a barrier. But because when I ask, especially face to face, they're right there. They pop it right in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, here's an idea for you completely for free. One of the things that you could potentially do, especially when you're meeting clients face to face, those little like sweets that are nicely wrapped, any sort of like candy, give that to them with a tiny little business card saying, hey, if you love this, leave me a review. Because as a massage therapist, do you get tipped after every massage?
Yeah, and I do usually, and I actually give out candy. It's a thing that I do. So people will come, oh my God, I come for the mints, or I come for the kisses, or I come for things like that. So I can rebrand that style. Like, you still get it, but you have to give me a review.
Right. It's just a little trick, right? And it's a nice trick. It's not a trick or treat trick. But at the end of a massage, while your client is getting dressed again, you're waiting for them. And as they come out, you're physically handing them this candy. It's not something that's in a bowl that they can themselves. Yep. It's that little bit of like extra care to say, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I would love it if you can leave me a review. And if they've given you a review before, then the next thing is I would love for you to be able to refer at least one more friend to me, right? Because you're asking something still, and you're giving them a little bit of an extra treat. And guess what? You might get 10% extra tip after that as well. So they might actually be inclined to give you more money if it isn't a review. And if it isn't them referring a friend to you, they'll just be like, damn, I feel bad. I've given her a review. I don't know anyone else who needs this service. Let me just give her $5 extra. Win.
Yeah, and I am tipped very well compared to other business owners, I'd say, because there is that kind of idea of you don't tip the business owner. A lot of people kind of do that, and there's also the I charge with the idea of if I don't get a tip, it's not a big deal, but I still take them. So I do get tipped very well. There's very few people that don't tip me, and I think most of the time they just don't know about tipping massage therapists, or they're having gift cards and stuff like that, which is completely understandable.
Yeah, but now you are creating a culture for yourself where you are taking an extra step. It's an easy step. You already have this in your business, but you're just restructuring it slightly differently. Like the order of things is slightly different. It's not just a help yourself. I will help you a little bit more as a thank you. So you're showing them gratitude. You're showing them that you care so much that they made time not only for themselves, but for you to choose you, right? And that little extra service that takes zero effort on your part can actually mean a little bit more income, more reviews, because we need 50% of the clients that you've worked with should have given you a review, right? If you don't ask, you don't get. And when you do ask, you do get. So you're just asking in a little inadvertent way. And it's just part of your business practice now.
I completely agree. I do feel like the ask is what's needed, and that's what's missing most of the time.
The last thing I would like to touch upon is your name, Milvette, is completely yours. You are not in competition with anyone else. I know we sound obituary, but I didn't like when Googling you, that didn't come up. So
no, it came up milagros.
Yeah, so that's not you. But Millie is a competitive name. So when you chose to go with Milvette, your level of competition went from here to no one is in competition with your name. So girl, 100% own your name. Potentially think about rebranding very slightly with how you want your business name to be. And then the last thing is you really need to refine your target audience, because your target audience is everywhere. And when you talk to like homemakers, mothers, or, people who don't work but and have a full-time job at home, that's a very different conversation you're having with them versus small business owners. They could both be women of color, but your conversation with them is going to be very different. Now, how are you supposed to get an audience and be known as a massage therapist, educator, whatever, with this massive passive income coming into your way if you don't even know how to talk about your services?
You're going to have to talk about the services more. Definitely bring in the target audience. I've always had a problem with target audiences because you just get so many different types of people as a massage therapist. And it's just, that's one of the fun things about the job, is like meeting these different people in different occupations and different life kind of things. But I definitely need to bring it in. Focus. That's my word this year, focus and intention. Like really bring that focus in.
Focus and intention. I'll leave you with one last thought, Millie. Right? Think of a dartboard. Okay, dartboard being my face because I'm the target right now, right? Everyone on that dartboard, Milvette, is your target audience, but your bullseye are the people that you want to get into your business all the time. That's the person you want to talk to. You want to forget everyone else on your dartboard, even though they're your clients. So that way you have flexibility. But again, when it comes to your messaging and how you brand yourself and how you show up in your business, you got to hit that bullseye every single time. And that's what your personal brand can do if you reposition yourself slightly differently.
Got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything so much. All of the information you gave me today.
All right. So if there was one thing that you took away from the Fairy Boss Mother, what would it be today, Milvette?
One thing, I wish I would have wrote down more things. Definitely, I need to focus on that target market. I need to do some rebranding, specifically around my name and my business name. So that on top of the review. So that's why I said there's a lot of things, but rebranding and just getting that focus.
All right. One last time. Who are you and what is your business? One sentence.
My name is Milvette. My name is Milvette and I own A Little Time for You.
There you go. Congratulations, Milvette. And thank you so much for being my show. And I hope you got a lot of value out of this.
Thank you so much for having me on, Talyn. I really, really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. If you enjoyed this episode of the Fairy BOSSmother Show and you're a small business owner, apply to be a guest on the show and get your very own live brand review. You can apply by going to my website www.bossdiplomat.com or snap the QR code on this video. See you soon.